Okay, so I have to start a prayer before I start this video because the people that are involved in what I'm going to talk about are so evil. I promise you, they are the most evilest people in the world. That's real. So I'm going to get my little Bible here and the Virgen de Guadalupe. So put the silver down. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and forgive us our trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. So I live in a small town, 20 miles outskirts of Albuquerque, called Bernalillo. And I'm starting to learn that the word Bernalillo is for a reason. Bern, a zodiac sign, Leo. My aunt is a Leo sign, and she's the evilest woman in the world. See, she stole my friend Daniela's identity, and she kept telling everybody that she wanted to be the most famous witch in the world. My aunt said that, but she wanted to be the world's most famous witch named Daniela. Daniela doesn't know that, and see, Daniela can't get her head. She can't wrap her head around the fact that my aunt and several other people stole her identity because she's beautiful. She's one of the most beautiful women in the world. So I'm over here hiding in my condemned house, which I'm not supposed to be inside of, trying to make this video because the truth is the only thing that's going to set me free. Because what happens to me in my life is extreme torture and trauma. It's a horror story. I'm the most tortured person in the world. I'm tortured worse than a Jew. And no one can really help me because the cops can't do much. Because it's mostly from the ethereal metaphysical realm that's happening. But you see, the ethereal realm, the metaphysical, is making itself more prevalent, more in the front-facing earthly realm than it used to be. And I could break that down in science in another video, but not right now. Because this spiritual warfare, to most, it's gone. Nobody sees much signs of spiritual warfare anymore because I'm fighting it by myself now. As it was discovered about a year ago, well, I discovered a year ago that I'm Satan. Well, I was born as Satan. I was cursed to be born as Satan. I was cursed. My mother's name is Rosemary. And I'm actually God. And people don't believe that. I'm being held captive in my house that I'm not supposed to be in because my aunt, Beatrice Tapia from 724 Avenida Perea, is the most jealous, hateful, manipulative person in the fucking world. She killed my mom in 2005, Rosemary Madrid, and she killed my father 2 years ago in 2019. No, 3 years ago. Lupe Rodriguez. She cursed him to death. And the spirits that are working with her don't even know what the fuck they're doing. And I'll break that down in another video too. She's a cannibal. Okay? She's a terrorist. She's hacked all government police systems, computers. She hacked them. She's hacked the satellites. Her and Capone and Raul have done this together. They hacked the satellites, got the Russians in problems. The Russians are innocent. Okay? I expect the Russians to be cleared of this fucking crime that they're being accused of, or being accused of being aliases in. No, it's Beatrice Tapia, Raul Herrera, and Christopher Lee Casals, also known as Capone. You ain't shit none of you are. They are the reason for the Mandela effect. And right now, this whole town is cursed every fucking day, all day. Because you know why she doesn't want to, you know why she don't stop cursing us? Because, one, she's jealous. Two, she doesn't want to age and die. She's in her 60s. I'm 36. Raul is down near 50. And Christopher Casals is 50. They don't let me live my own life. I haven't lived my whole life. That's why I'm the devil too. Because the devil hasn't got to live. The devil hasn't lived. DEVILLIVED. But I will live after I put my videos out. I will live as God. See, God never had a face. And when I last saw myself as God, it was a black hole. Like there was a face like this, but it was a black hole. Now here's my face. Unfortunately, people won't accept me. And that's fine. Eventually the world will. Because the world is made of love, not hate and terrorism. I've reported her to the FBI and CIA for terrorist attacks. Once I've called the police and they can't do anything about it because they don't believe me. They are moving the timelines, going back and forth through time, jumping and skipping through portals in between dimensions and walking around invisible because they're going in between the dimensions, doing things that are supernatural, that are blasphemous to God, and that should not be in the hands of any human being. Okay? I don't give a fuck if you believe me or not, but this is really happening. You see, we are all traumatized. And like 99% of the population in this town don't even fucking know it because they gain something off of traumatizing me. They have to either go, like when I walk out of my house, I have to choose my day. I'm walking out and I walk out the house, my house is facing the west. So when I walk out the west, I have a choice. Even though the gas station is at the same side, no matter what direction I go. I have to choose whether I want to go right or left. Because if I go right, my day will go a certain way. If I go left, my day will go a certain way. Because she's like, well, if you turn left, then you get to use magic all day. If you go right, you get to be Jesus and God. Bitch, you're fucking stupid and you're lying. I'm also known as X in the occult world. I'm X because I have to do right, left, right, left. I have to swipe with one finger on the right and then swipe with the left. Left, right, left, right, left. I can't right. Because if I don't do it, I get punished. I'm being held captive by every fucking word that I say. I can't go. I'm being confined from this house to maybe 2 blocks away. I can't leave those 2 blocks. I've been held captive for a long time, for a year. And people know it. But you see, as soon as I step outside, the whole ambient changes. Because she has it set to where everyone knows the truth when they're indoors. But when you go outside, the world changes. That's how bad she's fucking cursed the world. She's fucked up my teeth. They're inverted bangs. She's cursed everything about me. I was supposed to be born a boy. Now I understand why. But it could have been. She creates alternate timelines. It's so bad that Jesus Christ told me a revelation that was so extreme the other day. Because see, I started off my trip into the truth, the Matrix, breaking out of the Matrix. It's literally like the Matrix movie. I started my red pill truth about 5 years ago, and I started as a psychic medium. I didn't know I was a channeler, and I started to channel. I started to talk to the dead, right? Well, the dead the dead are dead, and you're gonna be shocked to know what we're really talking to. They're not spirits of the deceased. What they're doing is creating imprints from the sky that come down, they drop down. Their bodies of energy, right? That drop down. And they create silhouettes and they grasp onto the radon poisoning that's leaking out of the ground across America, across the world. There's radon poisoning leaking from the ground. It rises up. So therefore these entities are being manipulated, or I don't know, they drop from the sky. I can't quite understand that part. Oh, I do. But it's kind of hard to explain. They drop from the sky as silhouettes and they land on the ground. I think they're departed souls or angels, I don't know. And then they develop a memory and they're all programmed to hate me. Because once they drop down, they hit the 5G network, the web, they hit a net. They hit the network. Once they go into the network, they absorb the memory of the trends that are going on in the world, and they absorb the algorithms. So as soon as they land on the ground, they touch base on the ground, they start walking around looking for a body, looking for a host. Okay, so these aren't the spirits of your family, but they will pick up the memory of your deceased family members and pose as them. They're not even demons. They pretend to be angels from the divine. The divine is not divine anymore because my aunt and Raul cursed the divine. So I hear angels talking to me all day trying to help me. Like, okay, well, you'll stop getting raped. Because I get raped often. I get sexually molested for hours a day. For a period of 4 months, I got raped every single day, 3 to 4 hours straight. I mean, molested, sexually molested, which is between molestation and rape. I'd be screaming at the top of my lungs. No one came out to help because they could hear me screaming. So I asked them, why didn't you come to help me? Because we were told not to. By who? Your aunt. I could hear her voice travel into the sky because it shoots. These entities shoot. They like absorb memory, right? Because water holds memory. Everything retains memory. Everything. The walls hold memory. Water does. This does. So this entities absorb the memory, or they pick up commands from her. Then they'll shoot over to her destination, her desired destination, whoever the fuck she wants to curse. So I've heard her voice traveling from point A to point B, which is usually the police station, because she had the police cursed to fucking hell. She had the police so heavily cursed. She had them cursed to harass my father, and I didn't know at the time. They were bugging the shit out of my dad, and eventually led to his insanity, and he died. So the same thing is happening to me. The police won't stop fucking harassing me for no fucking reason. I got framed for some crimes and ended up being a felon by force because they told me, well, you needed to dirty up your record. We need you to be a felon because we need you to impress Daniela. Motherfucker, Daniela don't even live here. So I had to go to jail for a while to develop a felony to be cool enough to date Daniela, who doesn't even live here. Turns out Daniela's a 60-year-old bitch named my Aunt Beatrice. The A does not give you the fucking reason to be an angel. Angels are not the letter A.